Hey guys, sorry about not making videos so frequently. I kind of got a little delayed, I guess I could say. This video is going to be about pretty much what I've gathered, like thought-wise about. Sorry, I said that like backwards. This is this video is going to be about my thoughts about rank so far and what I've learned about, I guess, how to approach it. And I don't know. Let's see what you think. This is a ranked game. I'm not gonna talk about it. You know, the actual game is just pretty much like a voiceover and just talk to you about what I was just gonna say. So, or what I'm gonna say. So, if you're looking for, um, in-game commentary, not this video. So anyway, I've noticed a couple things. I'm gonna say this as best as I can. Um, if everyone on your team in ranked, right, is equally skilled, which it should be, hopefully. In the end, the players that are going to carry your team, even if you're equally skilled, are the ones that play the DPS roles or the damage roles, because those guys, they're the ones that are switching if the lineup you're facing isn't working or is beating you, or the lineup you're using is not working, vice versa. The players that switch to a Winston because they have a Tracer and a Genji, or just a Genji, when they were originally a Reaper. Like, you see what I'm saying? Those players that take the initiative and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go this hero because the hero I'm playing currently is not working." And your tank, like myself, and the healer that you bring along, they're still going to be doing their jobs, obviously. But I really think that honestly, the roles where that the players that have to switch in the middle of a match, those players are the ones that make a difference. And obviously, the one if they can play the hero they choose just as well as any other. So pretty much the hybrid players, I guess you could say, the ones that are good at basically every offensive character or defensive, I guess. Just good at every character, I guess you could say, or decent at every character, if you can say it like that. Um, so that's one thing that stands out to me in ranked. Before I was always trying to add healers to my group, and or to my friends list because I thought healers are very important. They are, but lately I've been adding people that are those hybrid players, the ones that can change, on the spot or think for themselves, because a player that just stays at the player that the hero they chose in the beginning of the match, even though it's still not working, but they just keep doing it, that doesn't help. So, and also I've noticed that uh, someone actually told me this, Parmzilla. Shout out to Parmzilla, even though I know basically no one's watching these videos, but in case he sees this, he can smile a little bit. Parms was telling me that I would always get six mans together, and try to gather as many people of my friends as I could or that I knew, and queue as a six man. The problem was is that we ended up facing teams of six that were like legit teams. I'm not talking about like tournament level teams, but teams that have played with each other every night. More organized than me just like gathering random, five other random people every night. Um, so the synergy is a lot better than ours. So that was a little bit frustrating. And what Pars told me was that you can queue as a group of three or two, and you end up facing, you don't end up facing a six man. I mean, there's pros and cons to it, just like anything. But the pros is that you're not going to face a six man that's more organized than you. The cons is obviously you end up being on the same team with random people that may be good, maybe not good, as opposed to when you play, when you form that six man, you have people that you know of that are good, and they're not going to DC, they have a good connection. You know what I'm saying? So it's pros and cons, but that's what I've been doing lately, trying to see if I can just get a tight group of three usually myself as a tank, obviously, a healer, and one of those hybrid players, and we just go into the match. I mean, it's been the results mixed results, and now I'm starting to question maybe the 6-man should be happening. I don't know. So now that's my two main thoughts so far about ranked. Other than that, it's been fun. I mean, really, there's a lot of players that should not be their rank, but they are because I guess just how the matchmaking valued their skill rating at the time. I mean, in the end, their MMR is going to adjust, or it's going to catch up to them eventually, because after they play all these games and they are not that good at, whatever they play, the MMR will show for itself. So, I think that's pretty much it all I wanted to say about rank. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, anyway, future plans for videos. I'm thinking about doing another commentary video. Lately, oh, actually, this is what I wanted to tell you. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty much all I want to say about the preview. Speaking of Winston, right? You see the Winston right there? Okay. I've also learned something that I need to take into account for too. I tell this to all of my friends all the time. I'm lucky that the hero that I chose to always play or try to master is Reinhardt, because he's pretty much the only tank that's is good for every at least payload map, capture the point map. Most of them, at least in my eyes. So I lucked out. If I wanted to be, the #1 Winston, it's gonna be, it's gonna be harder to find a team. So a really good Reinhardt, it's easier to find a team. But I realized that the only types of games that I should try to be a Winston, for example, is, or at least be someone else other than Reinhardt, is the matches where it's the King of the Hill. We got to go to a point and fight over it. A Winston, or sorry, a Reinhardt is just not as good at King of the Hill. I mean, I guess it depends what map of the King of the Hill, if it's more open or whatever, but close quarters, I'm honestly thinking of trying out Winston and making him my second character, or main character, as I could say, or alternative character. So that's in the works now. It's going to take a while to master Winston. I mean, I know he's auto-aim pretty much, but, because you don't have to aim when you fire his plasma, whatever gun, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of things. You got to master his jump, when to use his ult at the right time. It's kind of like a Roadhog, where you can use Winston's ult. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.